Fantastic. All right, welcome to another Running Wild 20 questions. And I'm here with Dawn McIntyre, who is one of our amazing, amazing authors. I know, Dawn, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you for having me. My book, The Paper Pirate, was published by Running Wild Press last November. It's a cozy mystery, not too sweet, set in a bookshop. For a day job, I'm an estimator for a manufacturer of plastic toilet stalls and lockers for public buildings, which is about as exciting as it sounds.
It does. It's absolutely thrilling. I'm just like, woo.
Keeps the lights on, so.
Hey, whatever works,
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, first question. What was the first book you remember reading?
Probably one of the Dick and Jane books.
Really?
That's how old I am. But I actually, I learned how to read before I went to kindergarten. So that was my my little bragging point at that. There's only two of us in the whole school who went to kindergarten already knowing how to read. So it was probably one of those, maybe a golden book, but I think I remember a Dick and Jane book.
Okay, cool. Who's your favorite author in what genre?
My favorite genre is mysteries. And I would have to say my favorite authors are either Mary Roberts Reinhardt or Agatha Christie. There's a lot of them that I love, but those, I think I've read more of their books than any of the other mystery authors.
Our generation, you had to, because, yeah.
Yep.
Who influenced your writing?
I think I want to say Willa Cather. I loved her beautiful descriptions and her characterizations of ordinary people that turned out not to seem so ordinary after all. I just found her stories captivating. A lot of authors I like, but I think I wanted to write like her when I was reading her books.
Oh, cool. Okay. What book made the biggest impact on you, or made the biggest impact on you?
Well, I don't know one, but I'll say maybe the Nancy Drew mysteries and the Hardy Boy mysteries, because they made me love mysteries early on and eventually made me want to write them. And that's what got me published finally. So
there you
go with those.
If you could only read one book for the rest of your life.
My Life in Hard Times by James Thurber. It's a skinny little memoir, probably the smallest memoir you'll ever read. It's hysterical. I must have read that about 10 or 12 times over the years. And I just sit here all by myself laughing out loud. It's my favorite book ever.
All right. Now I have to ask, though, what makes it so hilarious?
It's just, he has this dry sense of humor, and it's just all kinds of antics his family got up to, three boys in the family. And just, I don't know. It's just hysterical. You have to check it out. Everybody has to read that at least. It's so short that,
yeah.
Everybody's got to read that at least once.
Okay, perfect. Okay, what do you reread all the time?
That one, and I also seem to reread a gardening book. I think it's called The Garden in Winter by Susie Bales.
Mm-hmm.
Someone gave that to me for Christmas some years ago, and for some reason I just seem to pick that up almost every year after the holidays and read through it.
Oh, cool. Okay. What book would you save in a book burning?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Okay. Why?
I love that book.
What inspired you to write this book, The Paper Pirate?
One of our writers group members had the idea for us to collaborate on a book. We were all supposed to think of a character, a name, and a brief description, and each of us would write a chapter in that character's point of view, and then we would just alternate.
Okay.
We gave that up after a brief period because we couldn't decide what type of book to write.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all busy with our own writing and with work. So we just got rid of the idea. But I was intrigued. I was inspired. The whole story just started growing in my head. So I said to everybody, do you mind if I use your characters' names? And maybe some of the descriptions or maybe change some of the others and run with it myself. And they said, yeah, sure. So I was glad about that. And it was one of the only things I've ever written that almost seemed to write itself. It was just like it was meant to be. It was like it was a little gift to me.
Nice. That's awesome. Who did you allow to read the book as you were writing it?
I workshopped it with that writers group, and I did have 2 other friends read it. It was already done though, but I think it was either before or after I started querying on it, and they both liked it. And one of them doesn't really care for my writing. They like me, but they don't like my writing, but they like that one. So I thought that's a good sign.
Oh, okay. If you were at a dinner party with 4 seats, what 4 authors or other people would you invite to your table?
Okay. I'm going to pick randomly because there's so many. I'm going to say Arthur Conan Doyle.
Okay.
Oscar Wilde. And let's go for living people, since it's always nice to have dinner with living people. Amy Stewart and Alan Bradley, because they each wrote a series that I loved. And I would like to tell them that in person and maybe talk about their books.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. Did that one. What's your drug of choice?
Oh, gardening. Very calming. And it's something I'm good at. So that's satisfying. It's difficult for me to screw up in the garden. So not that I can't, but it's difficult.
Okay. What book is your guilty pleasure?
Probably unnecessarily gorgeous coffee table books, either about gardening or some kind of lighthouses or landscapes or photography, things that are way prettier than they have to be.
Cool. What movie or TV show is your guilty pleasure?
Say Yes to the Dress.
Okay. Do you read with music or with quiet or with sound?
Quiet. It's hard for me to inhabit a book with distractions. So, and I really like, especially with a novel, I like to do that. So, quiet.
Okay. If you could ask for one thing to change the world, what would it be?
First thing I think of is end to bigotry. But I think maybe another good idea would be an end to extremism. Difficult choice.
Yeah. Let's see. What does your reading environment look and sound like?
I usually read a little bit before I go to bed, so in my bed, or if it's the weekend and I'm not going to sleep, in my living room on my couch.
Okay, cool. Paper, ebook, or audio?
Ebook. I have about 300 maybe books in my Kindle library, and I don't have room for that many books in my small house. And I can borrow from the library, and I do, but I'm an author. I want people to buy books, so I like to buy books, and it's mostly ebooks that I buy.
Okay. Describe yourself in 5 words.
Hardworking, grateful, non-judgmental. I have a green thumb.
Cool.
How many is that? Is that enough? 4. I don't know. That's about all I can think of.
Yep, that works. If you could meet anybody, who would it be and what would you ask them?
This is funny because I was just talking to an acquaintance about this the other day. I would love to get reacquainted with the creative writing teacher that got me started in writing as a freshman in high school. She gave us an assignment to keep a journal. And I did that for a while, even after the assignment was over. And then I didn't really need it anymore after a while. But I liked writing. So I thought, well, maybe I can make up fictional journals for fictional characters. So I started doing that. And that led me into writing short stories. And I would just tell her that how much I've enjoyed writing over the years.
Got it. Oh, wow. That's fabulous. What was your last guilty pleasure?
Anything?
Anything.
Cheesecake.
All right.
Cheesecake.
If you could
Big piece. Big piece.
okay. If you could write yourself into a novel, would you be a hero or a villain, and why?
I think it would be more fun to be the villain, but I couldn't be a brutal one. So maybe kind of a comical one, or maybe the anti-hero.
Okay, that works. Is there anyone you dream you could work with, and why?
I can't think of anybody famous offhand, but I think I'll say a writing coach or a teacher who could help me with plotting, because that's the hardest thing for me.
Mm.
I'm good with dialogue and I'm pretty good with descriptions and whatnot, but plotting is I struggle with. So I'll just say somebody who could help me get better at that.
Okay. Is there anyone you dream you could work? Oh no, we did that. Okay. What animal would you run wild with?
My best little dachshund girlfriend that passed away earlier this year.
Oh,
I would give a lot to have another day with her. Her name was Joya.
oh, well, blessings to Joya. Yeah, absolutely. What's on your playlist?
Playlist. Sadly, I've kind of gotten away from listening to music as much as I once did. I always loved the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac. I will be playing Mannheim Steamroller instrumental Christmas music after Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. What do you write to music? If so, what kind?
I write when it's quiet too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Disney, Universal, Warner Brothers, or something else?
Oh, who makes those great Pixar? Those great animated
Oh,
films.
cool.
That could be a guilty pleasure too, because I think I watch them more than I watch grown-up movies.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Appetizer or dessert?
Dessert.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
Two truths or a lie? And a lie.
Two truths and a lie. A truth is that I sometimes still feel like an imposter as a writer. I am struggling at work, not with doing a good job, but a lot of anxiety at work. And a lie. A lie is I'm loaded with money. Loaded. It's coming out of the drawers. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And is there anything else that you want to share?
Just I'd like everybody to give The Paper Pirate a try. And Cozy Mystery, Not Too Sweet, set in the bookstore. And then give another Running Wild or Rise title a try after that.
They're all fun.
They're all, yes, they are.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Dawn. It has been absolutely a pleasure having you here and looking forward to having you again.
Okay. Take care.